Good evening, ladies and gents. I am Spartan Alphazulu, and I am bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. OU Meta against Gold. Looking at his team, Gyarados, Tapu Koko, and Landorus are the ones I'm worried about here. Specifically more that Tapu Koko. I just don't like it. Let's see how this plays out. Let's get ready to rock and roll. As you all know me by now, I am going to start off with my champ. He's starting off with his Gyarados, meaning that puts me in a bad spot. I don't know Stone Edge anymore. I got rid of it for Ice Punch because I was seeing more Landorus than Gyarados. So I'm kind of going to have to switch out here because Machamp's kind of trade fodder or setup fodder at this point, and I can't have that because I know he's going to go for the Dragon Dance, and I'm not going to be able to do anything to it. I'm going to bring in Skarmory because I don't want an early game sweeping bullshit going on here. Dragon Dance goes off, and Skarmory is just staring in the face, not having to worry about much. Unless he flinches or gets a critical hit, then I'm in a bad position. Waterfall coming in, dealing a decent amount of damage to the Skarmory, but not enough for me to be worried about it because Whirlwind gets rid of the Gyarados, meaning it gets rid of the status changes. Tapu Koko coming in with the Whirlwind. Another Pokemon Skarmory does not have to worry about. He will laugh in the face of this stupid fairy and grass type all day. I hate this Pokemon. He's going to withdraw knowing that Tapu Koko can't touch Skarmory because, Skarmory's pimp, and he's going to bring in Tapu Koko. But this damn thing can't touch Skarmory. So, yeah, I'm going to switch. I got to get Skarmory out of here because I don't want to take a Volt Switch or a Gigavolt Havoc or a Thunderbolt or anything like that to the face. But I get to set up my entry hazards first, at least, on his switch. So I got my Stealth Rocks up. He does not have his injury hazards up at all. I'm kind of in a better position here. Landorus coming in, and I'm going to switch out. He saw the switch coming, bringing in his Landorus. I'm going to bring Machamp back in because I was kind of just hoping to just start swinging and getting some momentum here. Because right now, kind of, even though I got Stealth Rocks up, I had a bad start, whereas he not so much. U-turn, tempoing in on Machamp, and he's going to bring Gyarados back in, putting me pretty much in the same position I was at the start of the game. But at least this time the Gyarados takes some damage from the Stealth Rocks, and I don't gotta worry too much about it. If only I still knew Stone Edge, though. Dynamic Punch coming in to put Gyarados at a fairly decent amount of low health there with the Confusion Claws. I was actually very happy about that. But I gotta switch out because this Gyarados can still set up on Machamp, and I don't want to gamble with the Confusion too much. I'm gonna bring Skarmory back in to see if I can whirlwind this thing away just like before, and this way I don't have to deal with it, and hopefully maybe get lucky and get a good Pokemon out on the Whirlwind that Skarmory can just laugh at. Dragon Dance going off. I'm thinking that this Gyarados is holding like the Z move, but it's a Mega Gyarados, which I don't see a lot of anymore. Evolving, losing the flying typing, becoming dark and water, and with that Dragon Dance on it, getting a massive attack. Confusion Claws does not go through. He doesn't hit himself, but I'm hoping Skarmory can take the waterfall, and he gets a critical hit to put Skarmory out of the game. I'm pretty sure that crit mattered. For argument's sake, I'm going to say it did. If it didn't, oh well, but I'm going to say it mattered. Screw that. I'm not going out like that. That crit mattered. I'm going to bring in Landorus, hoping that I outspeed this thing despite the Dragon Dance. Because Landorus, with max speed and a Choice Scarf, he still outpaces a lot of good Pokemon. Luckily, I do. Oh shit, he used U-turn, taking Mega Gyarados out of the game. And I get to bring something new in to kind of continue my momentum with the pivot tempo. I'm going to bring in Charizard, which I shouldn't have done because I was honestly hoping to get an early game setup. But Charizard's not really an early game sweeper. He's a mid game sweeper. I should have probably gone with Azumarill or anything else but Charizard, because I kind of just exposed Charizard here and it put me in a bad position. So I'm gonna have to switch out because that's not gonna work. I'm gonna bring in Landorus, hoping I'm gonna take, a Thunderbolt or a Gigavolt Havoc, something. And I thought I was gonna come into a Gigavolt Havoc. I got a little too excited. Instead, it's the very easy move, Twinkle Tackle, which that happens, I guess. But oh well. It would have been awesome if that was a Gigavolt Havoc, because he would have wasted his E-move and it would not have done anything to Lando. So Gigavolt Havoc comes in and he freaking gives Landorus a little peck on the cheek, but Landorus doesn't like it, and he takes a lot of damage. Now he's going to withdraw Tapu Koko and bring in his own Landorus. I knew he was going to switch because at this point he's kind of figured out my Landorus has a choice scarf. It's not hard to just, to see if it's a choice scarf Landorus or not. I'm going to U-turn to keep my pivot tempo going. Got a little critical hit there, so that was nice. I'll take that. I'll take that crit. Every little bit helps. Now I'm going to bring in a Zoomerl. I should have gone for the Aqua Jet here. I didn't know why. I was expecting him to switch. I didn't think he would want to lose Landorus. Instead, Explosion, exploding all over Zoomerl's face and taking it out of the match. But the only reason I was okay with that is because it put Lando out. He does not have Mega Gyarados. He does not have Landorus. I was worried about 3 of these Pokemon. Those 2 were of the 3. I don't got to worry about them anymore. He's bringing in Heatran, which Heatran is a very good Pokemon. I'm going to bring in Landorus. I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. I know I shouldn't have. I know I shouldn't have gone for the Earthquake because I know he still has Tapu Bulu, and I know that Tapu Bulu will laugh at Landorus' Earthquakes all day. So I should have gone for the U-turn because that would have just been the play of plays. Him switching out into Tapu Bulu, I U-turn, bringing in Mega Charizard because Tapu Bulu can't really do much to Mega Charizard. Just kind of set a fodder to it. But oh well. Earthquake, and Tapu Bulu laughs at it. And, I mean, I'm still kind of in a good position because, like I said, even though Charizard's not in his Mega form, Tapu Bulu can't really touch it. I mean, if it uses Horn Leech, I'm fire and flying, so it's not going to do anything. Bringing in Mega Charizard, and instead he uses Nature's Madness, which I've only seen on Tapu Lele? Tapu Fini? The Water Tapu? Who cares? They all suck. Tapu Koko is the only cool one. He's going to withdraw his Tapu Bulu, bringing in his Heatran, thinking I was going to Flare Blitz off the bat, or that I had a Mega Charizard Y. But I don't run Mega Charizard Y. I run Mega Charizard X. And now I get to set up with the Dragon Dance. And at this point, I'm getting a little excited because, the game's pretty much won at this point. Heatran cannot take an Earthquake. If it's holding an air balloon, I would be worried. And I love Heatran. And when I use Heatran, I have it holding an air balloon just because it avoids ground moves. Heatran does not like ground moves. Fire and Steel, ×4 weakness to ground, it sucks. So Heatran cannot take this Earthquake that's coming, and that's going to take it out. I know that Weavile he's got, it's paper than defenses. If it was holding a Focus Band, which some Weaviles do, then yeah, I guess I kind of would have been worried. But I got stuff rocks up, so I'm not going to worry about that. So Weavile, I wouldn't have had to even use Flare Blitz. I could have just used Dragon Claw. Tapu Koko, I have Earthquake. Tapu Bulu, I got Flare Blitz. His entire team just does not, it cannot touch Mega Charizard X. He's going to go for the Ice Shard just to get some, little residual damage on Mega Charizard X. Does a good amount, actually. But Charizard lifts, and Dragon Claw takes it out. Weavile, you don't lift. Get out of here. I don't care about you. So now he's going to bring in his Tapu Koko, and he's kind of just sensing his demise here, and he's going to end up forfeiting, which that's okay. It's okay to forfeit. I mean, he put up a good fight. He made his mistake thinking I had a Mega Charizard Y. Even if he left Tapu Bulu in, I don't think he could have stopped it. But good game, Gold. Now to move on to Pascal, and the Pokemon I'm worried about here are literally all of them. he's got a good team. He's got a very good team. This is a very OU looking team. So I'm going to start off, as you all know, with Machamp, and he's going to start off with his Tornadus. And I love the two of some of my favorite matchups are Machamp and Alakazam, Machamp and Tornadus, and Machamp with Conkeldurr, just because I feel like Conkeldurr is like Machamp's rival. So Tornadus is going to be brought in, and I think I went for the Ice Punch, and Hurricane is going to take a decent chunk out of Machamp's health, but that Assault Vest just helps so much. But I get confused, and then I hit myself, which I guess some people would call that karma from, all the pain that my Machamp has put others through. Oh well, I'm in a bad position here. This is a very bad start, and he's got a lot of momentum going for it being turn 2. One of my Pokemon is down, Not to mention, it is a Pokemon that I like tanking special attacks with and just retaliating in return. So that didn't happen. I'm going to bring in Tapu Koko because I want to scare this thing out. I want to scare this thing away. I want him, to switch it out. I do know he's got a Landorus, though. So rather than taking the Volt Switch or the Thunderbolt, he's going to switch. But I see this coming from a mile away because it was the only logical move. So he switches into Landorus. And I'm going to Hidden Power Ice Landorus right in the freaking face. Sadly, I do not take it out of the match. That's the thing that sucks about Tapu Koko. He's my favorite of the Tapus, but his special attack is just not that great. It's good, but it's not enough to OHKO Lando. But I at least got it in the red. So I'm going to switch out into my Landorus to Intimidate and maybe get my pivot tempo going. He's going to U-turn to get his pivot tempo going and, bring something in that can take out Landorus or that can set up on Landorus. He's going to bring in his Keldeo, which, yeah, I got a Choice Scarf Landorus, so I don't got to worry about this Keldeo. So I'm going to U-turn, and the only Pokemon I can think, if this thing knew Hidden Power Electric, I'd be kind of screwed. But I'm going to bring in Azumarill because I don't see this thing touching Azumarill unless it has Hidden Power Electric. I don't know if it did or not because, he keeps it in. He's going to Scald, and fingers crossed he doesn't get the burn, and he does not get the burn on Azumarill. So I lucked out there. Scald again coming in. Oh, hopefully he doesn't get the burn, and he does not. No burn there for you, Keldeo. Play rough. Keldeo does not like rough play, and he cannot take it. He's got to get out of the match. So, I'm worried about Keldeo just because I know Keldeo is good. He's going to bring in Tyranitar. I'm thinking I was kind of thinking this was a Choice Banded Tyranitar just because Choice Banded Tyranitar is amazing. And now every Tyranitar I see ever since a few battles ago, I'm assuming is a Choice Banded. I probably could have kept Azumarill in and just play roughed it to death. I don't know if it would have killed it, but it would have done a decent amount of damage. But instead I brought in Skarmory just to be on the safe side. It's a Mega Tyranitar, so I kind of, I don't got to worry about Skarmory taking a crap ton of damage here. Even though Mega Tyranitar does still hit like a truck. Stone Edge right there on Skarmory. Like I said, a decent amount of damage. Not a bad amount at all. And now he's going to Dragon Dance. I'm going to try and get my entry hazard set up to at least make it difficult for him to switch and just start plinging away at his Pokemon with my pivoting. But he's got a Dragon Dance and he's got a Dragon Dance on this Tyranitar, so I do got to kind of worry about it. Stone Edge coming in after the Dragon Dance buff, hitting Skarmory, but it lives in the red with 18 health. Whirlwind, this is a big play here. Whirlwind, the freaking Mega Tyranitar way to bring out that Volcanora times 4 damage to Stealth Rocks, putting it at 50% health. That was awesome for me. That was a very lucky move. That was just luck. But that's Pokemon. I mean, can't really be too mad. I know he's going to roost because I know he wants this thing higher than half health. I see the roost coming. I know he's going to go for it. I'm going to be aggressive here with Skarmory, which I don't do too much, and I'm going to Brave Bird. I'm already at 18 health, and, screw it. YOLO. Brave Bird coming in, not taking it out, but I put it back in the red further than it was before. Good job, Skarmory. You did good. I'm okay with that. I was perfectly okay with that because Volcanora is an annoying Pokemon. Stealth Rocks are already up. I'm going to bring in Charizard because thinking about it now, this thing can't do much to Charizard. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and go for the Dragon Dance. Not sure what he's going to do. I didn't think he was going to switch because I thought, the Volcanora is already at low health. Stealth Rocks is up. He's just going to take his losses and let it go out. So Dragon Dance goes up. I'm getting a little excited here. But it still has he still has his Landers, so I got that to worry about. He'll just put my attack back where it belongs. Inferno Overdrive. He went for the Z move here, and I mean Charizard's Fire type. It's Dragon type. This is not going to hurt at all. So he's going to Inferno Overdrive on Mega Charizard X, and the animation looks cool. It's like something out of Dragon Ball Z. But damn mosquitoes. Took that like a boss. And he pulls back Volcanora, not wanting to take the loss, which that's a surprise because Stealth Rocks are up. And like I said, Landorus is still up. He's just going to put my attack back, back to normal. And yes, that sucks, but I at least got a speed buff here. So I'm hoping I could just take his team out just with the speed buff alone and rely on the Tough Claws buff. Because that ability, Tough Claws, it's still an awesome ability. So Landorus is out, but Mega Tyranitar is bulky and it does not have any damage on it, even with the Stealth Rock damage. Even if my attack had the plus, though, I don't think I would have killed this thing. So, I mean, and like I said, Charizard is not a early game sweeper. He's a late game sweeper. You need to make sure that the opponent's Pokemon have some residual damage on them, that even some of the big ones like Landorus are out, because that Intimidate on Mega Charizard after Dragon Dance, it does make a difference. Stone Edge comes in and sinks Mega Charizard X, and I lose my Mega. I lose one of my important sweepers. If anything, my main sweeper. But I still got, I still got Tapu Koko. I still got a Azumarill. I'm kind of in this, kind of doing okay. But that was on me. So with Sandstorm up, I don't know if this thing would take a Thunderbolt or a Volt Switch. So I said, screw it. What better time to use my Z move than now? With that much low health, even with Sandstorm up, I'm thinking Gigavolt Havoc's going to do the job. It has to do the job. If it didn't do the job, I'd have been screwed. But Gigavolt Havoc coming in for a crap ton of damage with that amount of health on Mega Tyranitar, it does end up taking it out of the match. So he took out my Mega. I'm going to take out his. And there goes Mega T-Tar. That was a gamble, but I went for it. I was very nervous because Sandstorm, Tyranitar, they're awesome. Doubling his special defense, at least I think it doubles it. That's a stupid freaking thing. He brings out his Ninetales. I know Oravel's coming. I still got Tapu Koko up, so if I have to, I can defog. But I know Oravel's coming. So I'm going to switch out. Thinking, you have to be careful with Azumarill, because Azumarill was a very important Pokemon for me here. I shouldn't have done this. But I bring Azumarill in thinking that, I could just take whatever this Ninetales is going to bring out. He Oravels, and like I said, Oravel's just a better version of Reflect and Light Screen. It's those two put into one move, which is stupid. I should have gone for this, if anything, I should have gone for the Aqua Jet just to get some residual damage on this. Instead, I went for the Superpower, and I'm not fast enough. Freeze Dry takes out Azumarill. Like I said, I should not have put in Azumarill because it is a very important Pokemon for me to have. So there goes Azumarill. I don't have Mega Charizard X. I'm in a bit of a bind. I usually don't like relying on Landorus to sweep. If I have to, I will, but with Oravel up, who knows? However, his last three Pokemon are weak to Rock. Stone Edge coming in, taking out the Ninetales. My Stealth Rocks are still up. He has the Tornadus, and he has that Volcanora that's at like 2 health. So, I'm in a pretty good position here. Stealth Rocks can take out the Tornadus. It can take out the Volcanora, but Oravel is up, and it does deal a good amount, but Oravel just kind of protected the Tornadus there, and he defogs. So now, when Volcanora does come in, it's not going to get taken out, and he still has a possible sweeper here. Kind of starting to get nervous at this point, because the match is, it's coming to a close. We're both pretty close, but Tornadus is going to get taken out here by this next Stone Edge. Or so I thought. Stone Edge coming in, dodge, duck, dib, dive, and dodge. Tornadus practice those 5Ds of dodgeball, and I lose Landorus. Oh my goodness. And a critical hit at that. I don't know if it would have lived. It probably would have, but the critical hit just put Landorus down. Time to bring in Tapu Koko. Luckily enough, this thing is not scarfed, so it's not faster than Tapu Koko. And it's at low health. So at this point, I don't got to worry about it. Thunderbolt taking Tornadus out of the match. And this was a very, very awesome match. It was very close. And Tapu Koko was my last Pokemon. It's not faster. Volcanora is not faster than Tapu Koko. And Thunderbolt on that Volcanora to put it down for the count. Awesome match against Pascal. Very awesome match. That was a very close match. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will be making more videos soon. I appreciate it, and thank you.